Your boy is back. Your boy is back, man. I know it's been a while. It wasn't been like 6 months. It's been a while, man. But yeah, I'm just gonna return with just a little gentle class 171 drive. Obviously, the 171's in Train Sim World now, which was kind of overdue. So yeah, we're gonna be taking that up from Hayward's Heath to Solhurst Depot. I think it was. I'm recording this post. This introduction is being recorded post the video, so I've already recorded the video. So I'm a bit, I can't really remember what I did. But yeah, I'm not gonna stall in the intro too much. Let's just jump straight into this one. And also, all forms of support are highly appreciated. But yeah, let's get it. Yes, my people, it's your boy VRD back at you with another Train Sim World video. Today we're going to be taking a class 171 Turbo Star up from Hayward's Heath. This train would have come from Eastbourne or Ashford, around them sides. We're going to be taking it up from Hayward's Heath to Solhurst Depot on an ECS run. So I've just spawned this in now at Hayward's Heath. I could have spawned it in down at Wivelsfield, but I can't be bothered to be doing all that because I don't know if there's it's easier to do it at Hayward's Heath. Let's just put it like that. We're going to jump in here. This train would have been taken over from another driver, so everything's already been set up. Got a green signal here, and we're just going to jump straight into this. Although this is kind of like a first look video, it's not really too much of a first look because we do already have the class 170 in Train Sim World, and the 171 and the 170 are basically the same thing, if I'm being honest. So yeah, we're not going to really look into the train too much, but it's a bit refreshing to have something that's more down my neck of the woods, because the 171s, before I left London, I basically used to see these things every day. So yeah, I'm very familiar with them. Let's jump into this. I was about to do the whole door close procedure, but I keep forgetting that we're running empty, so there's no need for all of that. All we're gonna do is go into forward, acknowledge the DST vigilance alert, reset the driver reminder appliance. We do have a green signal, and we're away. Might as well test out the hill start button. Notch 2 of power. Hear the revs come up. Release the hill start button. Brakes release. Up it to notch 4. And then now we're up to 10 miles an hour. We're just going to up it to notch 7, full power. Speed limit 90 miles an hour. And like I said before, we're literally just going to be running empty all the way up to Solhurst Depot, which is about, what did I say, 27 miles. 27 miles is crazy. I thought it would have been a bit further away than that, but it does kind of make sense because London's only like, what, 18 miles across or something. So yeah, Hayward's Heath being 27 miles from Solhurst, I guess it does make sense, but it just seems like it would be further away. So I know I've been absent for quite a while. It's been about 6 months, I think. My last video was the class 80, was it the 802, 803 or something? The GWR train. And I didn't even, that was a 2-part video. I didn't even bother releasing part 2 because that route down there, what was it, the Riviera line or something? That southwest route. That's such an unenjoyable route to drive. It's honestly so boring. So yeah, I didn't bother doing the part 2 on that because I just didn't have the motivation for it. It's kind of funny, when I was younger, and I used to watch the Train Sim content creators back on Train Sim Classic. A lot of them, they used to take these big gaps from uploading. I used to think, why can't these guys just be consistent? Now I'm doing it myself. I actually hear it. Like real life responsibilities were just absolutely, what's the word? I can't even think of a word, but that real life responsibilities absolutely, yeah, like it's hard. It's hard. Going over the Euse Valley Viaduct right now, aka Balkan Viaduct. So yeah, I know I do this a lot. I take a break and I'll come back and be like, oh, I'm gonna be consistent, but I'm not gonna do that this time. You know, like I'm just going with the flow right now. So you know, I might get back into it, I might not. It just depends. But in my defense, this game has been, it went stale for quite a bit. The game went stale. Like they weren't releasing any interesting DLC. If I'm being honest, like nothing interesting was dropping. So it's only natural that I'm going to lose interest. But obviously we do have the class 171, we've got the class 377 stroke 3. I think they're releasing a new 375. What else? There's the Great Western remaster thing, which I'll probably take a look at. But yeah, there's a lot more going on right now. I think they've upped their game a bit. So yeah, I will kind of get back into this. And also I need to be realistic with myself. Like this, what I'm doing now, like this driving along, like the whole let's play thing, just driving along and stuff like that and commentating, it's dead, it's done. Like no one, it's not 2010, like no one's interested in this type of content anymore, unfortunately, especially like with this generation, you know, Gen Z, and what's the one after, is it Gen Alpha or something? Like these lot love their short form content and stuff like that. Like no one has the attention span to just watch someone drive a train up a 90-mile route for 2 hours anymore. Like I used to be able to do that when I was little, and I used to enjoy that, but I don't think the kids of today are into that kind of stuff. So I'm gonna have to try work around that somehow. Speed limit does go down to 80 very soon. I do have the heads up display up, so you guys can have a look at that. But yeah, I'm thinking I might do some tutorial videos maybe. I have done some tutorial videos before, but they weren't of the best quality, so I might have to remake a couple of them and just try to have a more of like a short form approach to this, like just cutting down the video so that there's only clips of me speaking rather than just having that long periods of silence. I think that might help as well. Start cutting back on the power now. So yeah, speed limit goes down to 80 at the other side of this tunnel, but this is on an upward gradient, so we can just shut the power off and then gravity will bring us down to 80. See, we're down to 80 now. I'm gonna give it 2 notches of power, see what that does. I'm gonna up it to notch 3 because we are still losing a bit of speed. But it does go back up to 90 very soon. Like just after this bridge here, you can see the 90 sign coming up. And we're only 2 carriages long, so yeah, we could just go straight up to 90. If we were a longer train, we'd obviously have to wait for the full level of our trains to pass the 90 board, but we're not too long, so we're all good. So the reason I'm using the class 171/7, which is the 2-car variant, is because the class 171/8, the 4-car variant in Train Sim World, does not exist anymore. So let me explain, because I know that doesn't make any sense. So up until about, I can't remember what year it was, I think it was 2022 maybe, end of 2022, the 171/8 comprised 4 carriages, Grandma. There were 4 carriages long. But then they got cut down to 3 carriages. But in Train Sim World, for some reason, in Big 2026, they decided to make the class 171/8 4 carriages long, which is unrealistic. I don't know why they've done that, but I'm assuming it's because they've outdated it a bit. They've they've based it back in the era where the 171s used to go into Brighton. They used to run from Ashford into Brighton, which is something they don't do anymore either. They only go up to Eastbourne now. They run between Eastbourne and Ashford. It's Three Bridges station that we're passing through. Again, I don't know why they've done that. But I guess some people probably enjoy that. But I'm guessing a lot of people enjoy that actually. Driving the 171 along the East Coastway route and trains and world. Fair enough, yeah, it's a nice drive. But for me, I'm all about my realism. I'm all about the emergence. So I'm not gonna enjoy something if I know that it doesn't happen anymore. I can't really drive on outdated routes or like stuff like that, or like in an outdated train. That I want everything to be up to date. But that's just my personal preference. So yeah, I'm not too pleased about the 4-car class 171/8. Like it's a bit, it's nah man, it's not for me. It's not for me at all. So yeah, that's why I'm in the 2-car version, because the 2-car version does still exist, the 171/7. We are losing a lot of speed. Let me up the power a bit. It's because I'm only in notch 3. Let's up it to notch 5. Coming up on Gatwick Airport Station. I feel like this is going to be quite a short video. I thought it was going to be on the longer side, but Hayward Heath to Selhurst Depot, especially going non-stop, it's not too long of a drive at all, now that I actually think about it. Especially on the fast lanes. I should have done this to go via Red Hill, just to spice things up a bit, but it is what it is, man. What I'll probably do another one going down the other way. I'll go all the way down to Brighton and then switch over to the East Coastway and then go across to Eastbourne. It's not the most logical thing to do, because in reality a train doing that would just go, they'd just turn off the BML at Wivelsfield and they'd go via Lewis, like that little spur line I can't remember the name of. But obviously we don't have that in Train Sim Road, so we're gonna have to go the long way. But it will make for a more interesting of a video anyway. To be honest, that's more of a live stream. I need to start doing live streams. I think live streams are the way for me as well. That's another thing I could look into. But I want to be at, I think 1k subscribers minimum I would want to be at. But yeah, live streaming could definitely be something that I get into, if I'm honest. I'm just gonna whack it in full power because we seem to not be gaining any speed. But yeah, it's more or less a continuous uphill between Gatwick Airport and, it's been so long I'm starting to forget the key points of the route. What's that tunnel called? Not Quarry Tunnel. No, it is Quarry Tunnel. Between Gatwick Airport and Quarry Tunnel, it's an upward gradient. And after Quarry Tunnel between Quarry Tunnel and East Croydon, it's downhill. So I believe that was Salford Station that we just passed. So if I was in a 377, what I'd do, I'd be doing 90 miles an hour right now on a 377, but this is not a 377, so I'm not doing 90 miles an hour, unfortunately. But what I'd do is, that footbridge that we just passed beneath, at that point I would shut the power off, and that would allow gravity to bring our speed down to the upcoming 80 mile an hour limit in 1.2 miles. Yeah, shutting your power off at that footbridge you'll be doing 80 miles an hour just in time for the upcoming limit. I'm gonna shut the power off about now. Just a bit of an educated guess. To be honest, I think I did leave it a bit too late, so I might need to brake ever so slightly, but we'll see what happens. We are only 2 carriages long though, so we're not gonna be able to roll as much as a 12 car, an 8 or 12 car class 377. So we'll see what happens. 82, 81, 80. Look at that. I still got it, man. It's been 6 months, but I'm telling you that I still got it, man. Like, you never forget. It's quite steep coming around into here. This is Red Hill Tunnel or Sand Tunnel. Coming around into here is insanely steep, so I'm just gonna go into full power now. Yeah, between here and Quarry Tunnel's in about 2 miles. Yeah, it's ridiculously steep. Like, even in the 377, you'll struggle to touch 90 miles an hour after the 80 limit. So in a 171, I don't think we got no chance. So yeah, after this I'll probably, I did say I was gonna do the trip down, the southbound trip between Solhurst and Brighton and then over to Eastbourne. I'll probably take a look at the 377/3. The one thing that I was quite annoyed about though is the fact that they've used the rubbish original sounds. There's Quarry Tunnel coming up here. So before I get into the 377/3, just a crazy trick that I used to do when I was driving 377s coming through here. I used to, because I think by this point in a 377 you'd be back up to 90 miles an hour. So you shut off the power as you're entering Quarry Tunnel, and then you basically, after that, you wouldn't need to touch the power handle until Purley Oak Station, which is in about like 5 miles. It's absolutely insane because we're climbing now, but just before the end of the tunnel we're gonna summit it, and it's gonna be downhill for the next like all the way into East Croydon. So you literally just, your speed's gonna obviously roll back to about 82 or whatever, and then as you summit it, in fact, let me let me shut off the power from now because we're summiting it as we speak. Yeah, your speed would roll back to 82, and then you summit it, and then it starts rolling back up to 90. By the time you get to Purley Oaks, you'd be up to 90, and then that's where you put your brakes on for the upcoming 60 limit for the approach to East Croydon Station. It's insane, I can't lie. I've done it in some of my other videos, but I don't know, I'll make another video. That's another content idea, coasting points on the Brighton mainline. That's I might have to listen. I ain't giving up on the channel yet, you know. It's just been a bit frustrating, you know, because I need to learn to work smarter and not harder. I work quite hard on some of these videos that I be putting out, and then yeah, it ends up not being worth it. So yeah, back to the 377/3. Yeah, I'm angry that they used the original rubbish sounds. Like, those sounds are honestly terrible. I remember because I looked on YouTube I had a look on YouTube and I saw some people driving it about, and they were using the original sounds. I'm just applying a bit of power here because we don't seem to be gaining any speed. So yeah, my little method that I use in the 377 doesn't appear to work in the class 171. Understandable, because again it's a different train, different length and stuff like that, so it's not gonna have the same amount of momentum as the 377. Back to the 377 stroke 3 again. Yeah, the sounds are ridiculous, but apparently it's due to the fact that they couldn't get the correct licensing or something, even though they already have. It makes no sense. Like, I don't understand it, because the one that just went past me, for example, the 377 stroke 1 or stroke 4, that has the higher quality Armstrong Powerhouse sounds, but the 377 stroke 3 for some reason has the old East Coastway sounds, which are terrible. Like, it sounds nothing like a 377 at all. Like, it does sound like a 377 a bit, but that's nah, man. Anyway, here we are approaching Purley Station. And we've got the upcoming 60-mile-an-hour limit in 2.2 miles that I was talking about. Yeah, again, I'm in notch. I was in power notch 2 and I was gaining no speed, even though we're on a 1 in 265 downward gradient. So yeah, absolutely ridiculous. But I'm just gonna shut off the power because there's no point. We've got an upcoming 60 limit, so I'm gonna need to make a brake application soon. So yeah, in an Electro Star, so class 377 or 387, around this point is where you would have rolled up to 90 miles an hour. So by now you'd be up to 90 again. And then it is, so this Purley Oak station that we're passing through now, we're about to get an AWS warning for the Morpeth board associated with the reduction in speed down to 60 miles an hour. There it is, the upside down yellow triangle. It's around, so this underbridge that we're passing now, that's where I'd put the brakes on, brake step 1 application in 377. However, because we're doing slightly below 90 miles an hour, I'm probably going to brake about that signal that we just passed there on the adjacent track. I'm going to brake there, see what happens. And we got a double yellow signal as well, so we're going to be, so there's a signal just before East Croydon station. Also, we're not slowing down enough. Need to get a bit more brake in there. 4, 3, minor overspeed by 3 miles an hour, but nothing too major. AWS has forced the penalty. No, it hasn't. Shut your mouth. Distracting me. Right, so you got a single yellow signal now. So yeah, there's a signal just outside of East Croydon station currently displaying a red aspect. I'm gonna up it to brake step 3 because that signal is a lot closer than I thought it would have been. Oh dear. It's cool though, we're gonna stop in town. Yeah, it's not every day that I get stopped at that signal, you see, so I wasn't really, I didn't really know how to act. But no, we're all good. 20 mile an hour over the AWS magnet on the approach to a red signal. I'm just gonna bring it down to 5 miles an hour and then just roll up to the signal. I was saying something and then I got completely distracted. There was a lot going on there during the past like 60 seconds. There was a lot to take in. This is what being a train driver is about. Like, you got long periods of boredom, and then we are going too fast. There we are. And of course it changes just as you come to a stand, but at least I didn't come to a complete stand and set the driver reminder appliance. But yeah, still, we need to keep in mind that coming into East Croydon, you've got this signal here which looks like the signal protecting the station, but there's actually a final signal just before you enter the platform. So You can get a full sense of security there, thinking, "Ooh, I can enter the station, happy days," and then you just fly through a red signal just before the just before the platform, which is embarrassing. Also, we seem to be crossing over. We're crossing over onto a different line, but I didn't see a route aspect on the signal. A route indicator, sorry, not a route aspect. Did any of you guys see a route indicator? I'm gonna have to watch that back. I did not see a route indicator. I just saw a single yellow. That was strange. So yeah, crossing over to platform. We're gonna be going through platform 4 by the looks of it. And yeah, there's the signal that I was talking about. So this is the signal protecting the station. Yeah, the brakes on this at low speed are not too good at all. Right, brake step 3, neutral, driver reminder appliance set. You can see we got a train currently occupying the platform. I think that's the Reigate service. Reigate to London Victoria, obviously 4 carriages. Yeah, so we just have to sit here and wait. Right, so the train that was currently occupying the platform is now moving, so we should hopefully be on the way shortly. I was getting a bit worried that I thought the AI was fried. I thought the AI got finished. I'll be honest, I was getting very angry, thinking that I did all of that for nothing. And that's happened to me before. Um, yeah, signal's now cleared to a single yellow aspect, so we're gonna reset the driver reminder appliance into forward, release the brakes, release the brakes, notch 4. Next signal is at the end of the platform. Okay, signal's just changed to a double yellow aspect now. So I was gonna say next signal's at the end of the platform, that would be displaying the red aspects, but because the signal just changed to a double yellow, so now the signal at the end of the platform is going to be displaying a single yellow aspect. But by the time we get to it, it's probably going to change to a double yellow aspect anyway, and that obviously just represents the fact that the train that was holding us up is getting further away from us. So yeah, it's gone to a green aspect now. So yeah, that that driver's going for it. Whoever's driving that Reigate service, he's absolutely flooring it. The speed limit is currently 45 miles an hour, going down to 40. And we're actually going to be doing something interesting that I don't think I've ever done in Train Sim World. We're going to be, instead of going straight and round into Selhurst, we're going to be turning right on the flyover to obviously go towards Selhurst Depot, Norwood Junction and whatnot. Double yellow signal. I'm going to cut back on the power now. I believe the speed limit for the turn off that we're coming up on now is 30 miles an hour. So not this one here, but the next one. So you can see speed limits drop down to 40 miles an hour. And then yeah, 30 miles an hour in 150 yards. So we got the signal with the route indication there, single yellow as well. So we do need to look out for a red aspect. I keep over speeding. Oh gosh, whiplash. We've got a steep downhill as well. So oh my gosh, the red signal. These signals are close together, you know. Brake step 3, urgently. I didn't see an AWS magnet though. Yeah, I'm not familiar with this particular this particular stretch of track that I'm on right now. I'm not familiar with it, so I did not know that the red signal was going to be that close. Yeah, a lot of brake step 3. Brake step 3 is kind of frowned upon. Like if you're using brake step 3, then you're probably not driving as well as you could be. Yeah, brake step 3, neutral, driver reminder appliance set. So yeah, I don't know how long we're gonna be held here for. But I'm assuming, yep, I was about to say that I'm assuming that what do they call this again? I can't remember what they call this, but but yeah, this thing lights up to tell you that you're. A lot of the time, it tells you that you're entering a yard or something, but it could also indicate that you're entering an occupied section of track. But it just means proceed with caution, to put it simply, right? So yeah, I need to proceed. There's not really a set speed that you would proceed at when you're in a situation like this, but you just want to be able to like stop on a line of sight basis, if that makes any sense. So right now I'm gonna do 20. If I feel the need to slow down any more, then I will do so. And are we being routed over to the left here? Yes, we are. You can see a 15 board there with the left arrow, so that means that I have to slow down to 15. And it kind of looks like there's a red signal coming up, but that might be associated with the adjacent track. But I'm just gonna be careful here. Yeah, now I'm getting a bit closer. I can in fact see that that is associated with the adjacent track, so we're all good. And yeah, we got our shunt signal here with the two white lights, so we're all good to proceed. Speed limit is 15 miles an hour. It says 90 miles an hour for some reason, but that's ridiculous. Yeah, now it's gone down to 15, so yeah, a bit of an error there. Yeah, we're going over into the washer road, so we're gonna simulate the train being washed. So speed limit through train washes is 3 miles an hour. So once we get to the train wash, we're gonna slow down to 3 miles an hour. Then what I'm gonna do, I could end the video here, but I don't want to be lazy, so I'm gonna change ends and then drive to the to the sidings that are right by the road. Obviously, if you're from the area, you know what I'm talking about. When you're driving past and then you see the trains parked up, it looks like they're peeking over the wall, looking at the cars. Yeah, but okay, there are no washers here. Interesting. They didn't bother modeling any washers, so I'm not gonna bother slowing down. I'm not gonna bother slowing down at all. To be fair, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stop here because I know I'm only 2 carriages long, and I'm definitely, you have to have a really good sense of distance perception here. But I know that it hasn't registered. Okay. In reality, you'd be able to stop 2 carriages. You'd have to know that you're two carriages deep into the siding, and then you come to a stand, and then you obviously change ends and drive back out. But obviously the game isn't smart enough, so I have to go all the way to the end just so it can register me being here. Very irritating indeed. And because we're so close to the siding, sorry, we're so close to the buffers, so I'm not gonna go above 5 miles an hour. Oh, bless me. Being very cautious on the brakes here. I don't want to have a huge dent on the front of the train. Right, brake step 3, neutral, thank you. I was about to say door released on the left. No, driver reminder, planet set, close our windows. Right, so we're gonna shut down the train at this end and then walk up to the other end. Reverser off. Master key out. Safety systems isolated. As you know, we don't do the you don't do the safety systems in real life, but in trains and mode, it's a bit irritating that they have it like that. But yeah, because I came up on Open BVE, and Open BVE was what I grew up on, and in Open BVE, the safety systems aren't optional that they are in trains and mode. Like you best learn how to listen. I'll never forget in Open BVE when I was driving along, I was gassed. I was thinking, no, do you know how mad it was? My first time driving Open BVE, yeah. I think I what did I do? I I keyed on the train, but I didn't acknowledge the AWS self test. So I was just driving along with the AWS sounding constantly, blah. But I didn't know what to do in it, so I was just ignoring it. And I got the emergency brake application like half a mile up the line. I was thinking, what? But yeah, they had like a kind of guide thing, a kind of guide thing at the side of the screen. So it said press insert to acknowledge the AWS. So yeah, just trial and error. You just learn what key does what. So yeah, that I literally had to. I'm self-taught. Like I literally had to teach myself how to operate these things. Obviously, YouTube helped out a bit as well, but yeah. And I didn't even know what AWS was. Like I learned how to use the AWS like before I even realized what it did. It was only like gonna use our marker lights. Oh dear. Hold on a minute. If I go outside, if I go outside and I see what I think I'm about to see, I'm gonna be so angry. Oh wait, the train isn't keyed on. Okay, cool. That might be why the train isn't actually keyed on. That's and the tail lights on as well. Okay, cool, cool. Give it the benefit of the doubt. Let's key the train on first. Right. Marker lights, tail lights off. There we are. Okay, cool, cool, cool. I'm still gonna go outside and check, but yeah. Okay, cool. You had me worried for a sec. You had me worried for a sec. Right. I was about to say, why is the signal red? But it's because I haven't set the route yet. So we need to request. Oh, we need to request. How do you do it again? Set path. We are going. I want to go here because these are the nostalgic sidings that I was on about. But I think we'll go into these little short ones instead. Can a 2-car fit in here? Yeah, it can. Yeah. Right. Yep, shunt signal is now cleared. Yeah, we'll go up to notch 4. I was gonna say I'm not going above notch 2, but that's just painful. I'm not gonna torture myself like that. Yeah, we'll drop it back down to notch 2 now. I'm not gonna go above 15. Does it go down to 5? It goes down to 5 miles an hour, but I can't remember when. Is it when you're going over points or something? I might just do 15 the whole time, I'll be honest. No, I think it's when you're going over manual points. There's probably a stop board coming up. I need to look out for the stop board. Yeah, there it is. Alright, brake step 2. Oh! Stop telephone signaler. Right. Brake step 3. Neutral driver reminder appliance set. So we're gonna treat this as a red signal. What I'm gonna do is where is it? So I think you can either hold down circle or you can click this. Wait. Contact and signaler. Hello. Alright, let's try hold down circle. The signal is airing me. Cool. We're just okay. Fine. I'm going. Listen, I tried to contact you. You ain't answering my call. So yeah, man. I've got places to be, big man. So yeah, I think it's 5 miles an hour going over manual points. I can't remember. I can't remember the rules and regulations when going around like when going through depots. But I think I'd normally do 5 miles an hour going over manual points, which is gonna take absolutely ages. But oh well. And I need to look out for I need to look out for points that are set against me, because I'm gonna get absolutely flung into space if I go over a set of points that are set against me. And I think, has that happened to me before? I'm not sure if that's actually happened to me before, but I know one time I flew into a set of buffer stops at like 10 miles an hour because I was on my phone. I'm talking about in game, by the way, not in real life. Yeah, I flew into buffer stops at 10 miles an hour. The train just dropped sideways. I should have clipped it. It was the funniest thing that's happened to me. I think now that's probably my second dumbest moment in train sim mode. Like the slamming into the buffers at 10 miles an hour. But I think my dumbest moment was when uh I came out of Stew Tunnel doing 70 miles an hour. Now let me explain. I should have clipped that as well. But yeah, because you see how Stew Tunnel, yeah, this is probably how that Croydon tram crash happens. This is probably because of this. But you see how like Stew Tunnel, you got like the, so you're just looking at these points coming up, but yeah, those are fine. You can't even tell until you're right on top of them. So yeah, I can see why people say 5 miles an hour. But yeah, you see Stew Tunnel, it's got the halfway point, and you got like the signal that's kind of halfway. Yeah, you got the signal that's at the halfway point, and then you got another signal 3/4 of the way. So, alright, let me explain this properly. So Stew Tunnel is basically like two tunnels in one. I think the other tunnel might be called something else, but we're just gonna assume that they're both called Stew Tunnel. So the halfway point is open. It's like there's like an open space. It's like, I don't know, 500 yards or something, and there's a signal in that open space. And then you got a signal halfway through the second tunnel, and then at the end of the tunnel you got another signal. So this was at night time, yeah. So I'd already gone through the open space halfway through. I've obviously passed the other signal halfway through the second tunnel, so 3/4 of the way through the whole tunnel combination. So I'm now coming up on at the end of the tunnel. I'm coming up on the exit of the tunnel, yeah. But I'm thinking I'm at the halfway point. So speed limit, if you're familiar with the area, you know what I'm talking about. Speed limit goes down to 15 miles an hour at the end of the second tunnel for the tight bend. So it goes from 70 to 15. But obviously, like I said, I'm still thinking I'm halfway through the tunnel, so I'm not bothering to slow down. I come out of the tunnel, yeah. Obviously, you got the signal there. I can't describe it. I can't describe it in a way that you guys will understand. You have to be familiar with the area to understand. Because all you're seeing, and it's nighttime, you're seeing the signal, so you're thinking, okay, cool. Well, I know I'm coming out of a tunnel, but I'm thinking I'm coming out of the first tunnel, not the second tunnel. So I'm thinking everything's normal. Next thing you know, I see the 15 board just like jump out of me in the dark. It was the most terrifying thing I've ever witnessed. I flew around the corner, 70 miles an hour, straight through Strood Station, bro. I put the emergency brakes on, yeah, but I didn't even come to a stand until like well after Strood Station. I think I was on that bend to climb up to Rochester Bridge. Like, that's how long it took me to stop. So yeah, that was something crazy. I'll be honest. Yeah, we'll shut off the train. Tail lights on, and then we'll isolate our safety systems. Again, you don't have to do this in real life. Jump out, break our ankles, and then yeah, perfect. That looks a bit tight coming through there. Whoa, that looks very tight. I know there's enough space. There's definitely enough space, but it just looks really tight. I say it's insanely tight. But yeah, you can tell that these are 2-carriage sidings. Like even in real life, anytime I used to look at these sidings, there'd only be like 171s or 456s in here. I don't even think you can get a 377/3 in here. But yeah, pardon me. That, my people, concludes this first look at the Class 171. Yeah, so it's nicely modelled as usual, but the sounds obviously let it down. I'd like to have a sound update, and the inaccuracy with the Class 171-8, the incorrect amount of carriages, that's sorted out as well. But other than that, it's a nice train. I'll be honest, it's a nice train. It's nice to drive as well. Can't complain too much. I'll probably give this like I'll give it an 8 out of 10 still. Like, I really don't have a lot to complain about. We'll just take the 2 points off for the 2 things that I had to complain about. So yeah, I think that's probably how this is my first time actually rating like a train out of 10, like a DLC out of 10. But I think if what I'll do is I'll just, the amount of criticisms I have, I'll just subtract that from 10, and then whatever I'm left with is how much the train gets out of 10. So yeah. Also, I've just noticed this is very creative. They've made the buffer stops. They've made the buffer stops out of They made the buffer stops out of rails. I've never noticed this until now. Is this a thing in real life? I've never noticed this, you know. Like, because these are like kind of old-fashioned buffer stops. They're literally made out of rails. Like, you come down and look at the rail here. Oh, you can't see it. No, here, look, it's exactly the same shape. You come up, look at the buffer stop. It's not exactly the same, but you can tell it's a rail, innit? So yeah, that's very interesting. Yeah, 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. I'd like to thank you guys for taking the time to watch this video. Constructive feedback and criticism is more than welcome in the comment section below, and is highly appreciated. If you'd like to further support the channel, please consider liking and subscribing. I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one. Love.